Hey howdy hey partners, today we're going to talk about Toy Story toys I'd love to collect in the future. Let's get into it.
Reach for the sky!
You're watching Today I Grew Up.
To infinity and beyond!
As you know, I've been trying to collect the Toy Story toys. There's a lot of them. I don't know if I'm going to get them all, but counting my collection, I have all these. That is a lot. But there's still some toys that I want to collect and I have my eyes on. Custom mods are first on my list. This is a special one. I know there's many people out there who make these, Mr. Spells, but you know, I can't really judge the quality yet because I don't own one, but there are a couple people who make this that I have my eye on. So I hope to add this to the collection in the near future to do an in-depth review because I think it'd be really cool to get a Mr. Spell. Another custom mod that I'm interested in looking out for is the snake. One of the great characters, background characters I like to call them from Toy Story 1, would be the snake. The snake appears in a lot of scenes in that first movie, so it'd be cool to have representation of the snake. I know this could be made with cheap materials, but I'm trying to find the most high quality. There's a couple people who make this as well, and I have my eyes on them, so hopefully I'm able to find one once I'm ready to make this purchase to get a snake. Next custom mod I'd love to add to the collection would be Mr. Shark. I did review one on the channel before, and I think it was made by Cop, I believe, or Toy Story QC. I can't remember now. It didn't belong to me. I was doing it for a friend, and I didn't end up keeping it. So I also wanted something that was squishy and was a squeaker, basically, like the movie. So there is a couple people who make it. I'm trying to find the most accurate one. I will buy this in the future once I'm ready for it, but I would love to add this to my collection. The robot. The robot is a really great background character from Toy Story 1. Appears in a lot of scenes in that first sequence of the film, with all the toys are just running around the room and the robot's just there with the snake and all the other background characters. This one's one of my more favorite ones too because it lights up. It looks really fun. There is a few people in the Toy Story custom community who make this, so I do hope to collect this in the near future. It's just all about money, time, and budgeting because these things get expensive very quickly. But I definitely have it on my list to add to my collection one day. I really want to get a movie accurate See and Say. This is the exact one that we see in Toy Story 1, has the yellow background. I do have one of these, but it's the wrong color. It's not yellow. I think it's like a different color background. I do hope to track this one down to do a review and just to add to the collection because it'd be really cool to have this specific one because this is the one that we see in Toy Story. So I really want to find this one and eventually add it to the collection. Accurate Totoro. Finally, we got a custom Toy Story member to make this for us. Adam from Brazil. He pulled through. He actually made my custom dolly in my collection, which I love. And now he has expanded to make this movie accurate Totoro, true to life, modeled after what he saw in the movie. So I'm super excited to one day add this to my collection because it is just the perfect Totoro. There is a lot of Totoros on the market when you search around, but I think this one's the best one because it is made by a Toy Story fan who understands we want a Totoro that looks exactly like what we saw in Bonnie's room. So I believe this is going to be the best one you can buy. And if you go to his Instagram, you'll be able to find it. So I really hope to add this very soon to my collection. Another custom mod I'm super excited about adding would be this stretch. It's never been made before in movie accurate scale because it's just massive. If you look at the custom Trixie here next to it, you know how big Trixie is. This is going to be very, very huge. And so I'm hoping that Cop pulls through very soon because I'd love to buy this. I don't really care how much it costs. This one's the one I would prioritize over all of them because it would be just the most expensive toy to make because the materials are expensive, but it'd be cool if you made it accurate. I'm definitely going to buy it. I just can't wait to see it finally done. It's in the testing mode right now. He's going to probably paint it and work on materials, but I'm just really, really anxiously waiting for this to be ready. I think it's super amazing. Cop on Instagram is also the person who made my custom Stinky Pete, my movie accurate one, which I love. He also makes a lot of toys, and I would really love to get that Mr. Tortilla head because it's just so funny. One of the greatest scenes from Toy Story 3 is that comedic scene. I would definitely not buy this over Stretch. I'd get Stretch first, but this would be definitely on my list to get eventually. I would really, really, really love to get this movie accurate Jessie head sculpt. It's one of the last things that I need to complete my movie accurate Jessie, to get those straight eyebrows, that toy mode expression. Seeds Toys has been working on this and I've been following the Instagram posts. It looks really good, so I hope it's available for purchase soon. I really want to buy it and add it to my collection. Now, I would really love to get a ham in toy mode. I do have the rare Disney Store 2010 ham. I love it in my collection because it's movie scale, but there's something missing. It's not in toy mode, and I love toy mode. So I would eventually want to add one of these to my collection. I know that Cop sells it, and Seeds Toys also sells this as well. They look very similar. I have to do a little deep dive and get some more research done to kind of figure out what are the actual differences between those two. But I will definitely get back to you on that eventually. I do want to add this because I think it's a really awesome item for toy mode. Another fun movie accurate custom mod would be to get these toys that you see here. These were featured in Toy Story 4, especially in the closet scene when you see kind of Woody adapting to Bonnie's world in there and getting forgotten in the closet. Woody has a really fun conversation with these characters, and it's a really great scene. I think it'd be fun to add these. They're more background characters. It is from Toy Story 4, but I definitely, if I had time and money, would love to add them eventually to the collection. This is also a post that I found on Seeds Toys Instagram. Another Toy Story toy I'd love to add to my collection would be these Tiny Tykes, the fire truck. It looks really great. I think it's so movie accurate as it is. It doesn't need custom modding from what I see. I think it looks awesome. This would be a really fun toy to add as an homage to Toy Story 1. It's just really, really fun to have. I think one of the hardest and rarest Toy Story items to buy would be these baby monitors because they're so old and vintage. These were made so many years ago. They're out of production. You know, it was pretty impossible to find, but I'm hoping one day I can find one for a good price, even if it's used, because I would love to add this. This is such an iconic scene that the soldiers used in Toy Story 1, and it would be super cool to add it to the collection, something I wish I had. Jolly Chimp, featured in Toy Story 3, I'd love to have this. So fun fact, I actually used to own this toy back in 2010, and I had to sell it because at the time I was in college. I was a starving college student. I needed to pay bills and credit card bills, and I needed to eat to survive. And it was a tough time for me because I had Toy Story toys that I had to sell that I regret, but I ended up buying them back now. The only one I don't own is Dolly, collection Dolly. I don't have that one, and I don't have Jolly Chimp. The rest of the things I've rebought now as an older adult, and now that there's things that I'm just keeping in my collection forever, this is something I would rebuy again to keep in my collection forever. I love the Jolly Chimp. It's such a great part of Lotso's gang from Sunnyside, and it'd be super fun to add it again. And I will be getting it soon. I can see myself buying this in the next few months because it's not super expensive, and they actually have re-released it in Japan. So when I go to Japan, I'm going to Japan in January. I'm going to try to find it. It'd be really cool if I did. This one is awesome, the big one. Sid gets that rocket, straps it to Buzz. I know I could probably make it myself out of cheaper materials, but I actually want something that's going to be durable and last me a long time. So ideally, I want to find someone that makes this that's the highest quality possible. So even if I have to pay extra money for this, I want something that's going to actually be like high quality, movie accurate, to scale with Buzz and everything. So I am definitely on the lookout. I know on Etsy, that's where I got this image. There's sellers who are selling this. So I'm very curious to see who makes the best one. And eventually I will be adding this to my collection because I think it'd be super cool. The Old Timer, I would really love to add the Old Timer to my collection. And I think it'd be super cool, very iconic from the movie. And I really think that there's a lot of people who make this. It's just, again, a matter of who makes the best one. You can probably get a cheap custom of this for pretty cheap, but I want quality. I want things that are going to last me a long time and that match the quality of the movie accurate toys I already have. As you know, I only try to seek out the best of the best out there, and sometimes I do have to worry about money, so I have to cut budgets and things there. But what I do instead is I just do the long game. So until I can afford to pay a nice quality Old Timer, I'm not going to add one to my collection until I'm ready or able to. But for now, I do have my eyes on it. Eventually, I do want to add this to the collection. I think it'd be super fun to add. The very famous and iconic plane. It's so iconic to when Buzz proves to Woody that he can fly. He can fly around the room with his eyes closed. And he hooks onto this plane and it swings him around the room. It's so fun. I found this on Etsy as well. There's people who make this and sell it. And again, I want to get the high quality one. So it will take me a while to get to this toy, but eventually I'd love to add it to the collection because it's just so iconic to that scene. I do have the racetrack, the orange one from the 90s that they released, and I feel like it would just go well with the theme of that scene. So the next thing would be to get this plane and add it to the collection. I think it'd be super fun. Movie accurate combat Carls. I think they'd be really fun to add. I remember in Toy Story 4 when they all came out, it was just super funny to see like a bunch of little Combat Carl Jr. sized toys, talking to each other. It was really fun to see them interact, and I would love to add them to the collection. I do have a couple Combat Carls in my collection that I've collected over the years, and it would be fun to add these two as well. Mainly not the one in the center because I have that one. It's mainly the one with the orange jumpsuit and the snowsuit kind of white one. Those I'm most interested in, and I'm really excited to add to the collection one day. A movie accurate Zurg box. There was somebody who was trying to help me a couple years ago with this project. They ended up bailing on it. They said the materials were expensive or they just weren't able to go to the print shop. Understandably so. During 2020, it wasn't the best time to do these things. But, to this day, I still haven't found someone who can make me this box. So if you know anybody who can make me a movie accurate Zurg box, I actually do have the file. I might have to do it myself. It's just I haven't been able to on my own. But I'm hoping to not give up and eventually make a movie accurate Zurg box finally to fit my Zurg. But that's definitely still in progress, and hopefully I can solve that next year. Next would be Sid's toys. I would really love to add all of Sid's toys to my collection because I think it's just super iconic to Toy Story 1. It's just a main character, and plural because there's so many of them. It'd be so fun, to get that Spider Baby, Sid's Clock, and all the fun characters that you see here in this photo. There's just so many of them, and I think it's so fun. And I can't wait to add these to my collection. I know that Toy Story Custom Replicas in the UK makes these, and that's where I got this picture from. They sell bundles of it, and I'm going to have to work out a deal with them and try to buy these for the channel because I really think it'd be so fun to recreate scenes from Toy Story 1 using these toys. Maybe I could be Today I Grew Up Sid, do some live actions. That is currently my dream right now, to add this to the collection. So I hope I get this soon, and you can enjoy it here on this channel. A custom movie accurate Angel Kitty. I really love that Toy Story short that Time Forgot, and I think it'd be so fun to get this one to the collection. My friend Adam, again from Brazil, who makes the Totoro and the Dolly, also makes the Angel Kitty, which is super adorable and super fun. One of my favorite characters because I just remember when they're walking on this one scene and Angel Kitty stops to play the French horn. It's just so funny. It just cracks me up. It's one of the funniest characters that's like not meant to be funny, but you just can't help but laugh. And so I really hope to add this to my collection one day. I think it's super amazing. A custom Big Baby. Now, as you know, I do already have a custom Big Baby in my collection for Toy Story 3, but it's the one that we see most in the film where Big Baby looks dirty and tattered and drawn on and played with, and the eye is broken. And so I have that version, but it'd be cool to have like the brand new version. So this would be like the flashback Big Baby when Big Baby was brand new. And that was really cool when Chuckles was telling the story, how they were together. It was Lotso originally and Chuckles and Big Baby. And then, they became Lost Toys. And so the rest is history. But I feel like it would be really cool to get that flashback representation of Big Baby when Big Baby was brand new condition, basically. And this is what Big Baby originally looked like with the daisy locket. That would have been really cool. And eventually I do want to add this to the collection. This is a cool photo that I found on Instagram. Props to my friend Adam from Brazil. He makes all these plushes. We have talked about some of these here, like Dolly and Totoro and also Big Baby. But he also makes all these amazing plushes that we see across the board for the Toy Story movies, from Toy Story 1 to 4, as you can see there with that zebra. So much fluff. That scene was great. But it's just amazing to see that Toy Story fans, when they come together and they really want something, they make it happen. So if Toy Stories don't carry it or companies don't make it, guess what? The fans make it themselves, and that's why it makes it that much more special. So I really love supporting the custom community because not only do they get the details right and it's movie accurate, you're also supporting fellow Toy Story fans, and I think that's super amazing to do. Another item I'd love to add to the collection would be Toy Story Collection Dolly. Like I said, I owned this back in 2010 when it came out. Unfortunately, I had to sell it to pay bills at the time, and I regret that, of course, now because it's just so rare and so expensive. I had no idea it was going to go up to like $800, for a little plush, but it did. I am happy with my custom one that Adam made me from Brazil, so I'm not complaining at all. I do have a Dolly in my collection, but this is the one that got away from me, and I'd love to rebuy it one day if I can afford it, but it's just so expensive. I just think it'd be super nice to have because it's the last Toy Story collection toy that I don't own from Thinkway Toys collection line. It is the very last one that I need to complete that line. So eventually I do see myself buying this, but it would have to be me getting really lucky, finding it for a good price and in great condition, which is getting harder to do year by year. And there you have it, all the toys that I'm currently working on to raise money for so I can buy them all for this channel. And it's crazy also, after going through all those toys and showing you all the toys I already have, it's crazy to think that there's still so much more that I can add to this collection. It's not even funny. I know that even if I got through that whole list that I just went through, there's going to be another list after that where I'd probably put 30 or 40 toys down to get. So there's always Toy Story toys to hunt, and I didn't even cover like the shorts and things like that. So eventually it'd be fun to add some shorts characters like from, you know, Toy Story Time Forgot or from the Hawaiian Vacation. It'd be so fun to do more with that, but I have to go slow because I am not rich and I wish I was made of money, but I'm not. So hopefully you'll see these added to my collection not too far in the future. As always, partners, thank you so much for watching, liking, and commenting on these videos. It really helps support what I do here on YouTube. If you'd like to continue to support me on this journey, all you have to do is hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to be alerted for future videos on this channel, and I'll see you, partners, on the next video
You want the real
review.
Buzz Lightyear? You're an action figure.
You are a sad, strange little man. You are a sad, strange little man.
You are a child's plaything.
Hey, Ham, look, I'm Picasso.
I don't get it.